Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I am working on a really simple wreath for Valentine's Day. I really wasn't going to do another one this year, but I figured why not? I have all this stuff here. I'm trying to use up some of the stuff that I have. So you're going to need one of these 14-inch wreath forms from the Dollar Tree. And you're going to need, of course, you're going to need the mesh. You're going to need 6 rolls. I'm using 3 different colors, so if you want to do that way, you're going to need 2 rolls of each color, and it worked out perfect. So I got the this pretty red. It has a little gold in it, and I got this white that has a little red streak going through it, and then I also have this dark pink that I'm going to use too. I thought that would be pretty. And then of course you're going to need a pack of the pipe cleaners. These are from the Dollar Tree also. You get 45 in here. And let me pull some of these out real quick. And then when I decorated, I'm going to use these. I thought these were really nice. These come apart really easy. You can just peel these right off the back. So we're going to be using these. Here, spin around here. There we go. Whoa. And there's all these different ones. I'm not going to use all of them, but I think I'm going to use 4 of them on here, and I want this one up on the top of it. And then I'm going to use some ribbon. Let me grab this here. This I also got at the Dollar Tree. I had this pretty ribbon with the hearts on it. I already cut these off, and then just this plain kind of like a sheer ribbon. And it's the wired ribbon. There's 9 feet on here. It's 3 yards. Yep, 9 feet on both of these, and they're 2.5 inches wide. So I thought that would be perfect for this wreath. I don't usually put a bow on these wreaths, but I don't know. I figured this time I'm going to give it a shot. Now I'm going to do it in, it's called the loop way. A lot of people call it the bubble wreath, but actually on the Christmas, they don't have it on these. These are just blank on the back that come in the package, but the ones for Christmas actually had the directions inside on how to make these. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't know why they don't put them on all of them, but it was just on the Christmas ones. So you're going to need pipe cleaners. I'm going to put 6 of the loops in between each one of these little marks here that you can see, and we're going to hook them all on this one right here, the second one from the center. So that's where they're all going to get hooked onto. So what I like to do before I even start is to get my pipe cleaners ready. So I take all my pipe cleaners, fold them in half, and cut them. And then I like to hook up the 6 pipe cleaners and have them ready to hook the loops on. So what I do is I just spin them around on there like that. And I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing. I'm just going to do this one section here and show you guys how to do it. It's really simple. I'm sure a lot of you have already done this, but this is new to me, and I think this is the only way I'm ever going to make a wreath again, because it's so much easier than trying to cut them all out and roll them up. And with my wrists and things, they don't like to do that too much. So we got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you're going to need another one to get it started here. So this, you always have 6 for your loops, and then whenever you get to an end to tie it off, you're just going to need an extra piece of pipe cleaner. So now what I do is I take all of them, get some of this stuff out of my way here until we're ready to use it, is take my mesh and I roll it with it on the bottom, because if you put it on the top it tends to want to roll back up this way. So if you flip it over so it's on the bottom, it works a little bit better. And just unroll all of these just a little bit here and put them together nice and even. And there, we have all 3 of them together like that. And I'm just going to kind of grab them all, and I always cut it off because it's really uneven on the end, you know, when you first get it off the roll. So just cut that off and leave yourself, I don't know, like 1.5 inches or so, and then take another one of these pipe cleaners and then just connect that on there real good. Just pinch it together and wrap it around real tight, and it will not go anywhere. And then I just tuck all of my pipe cleaners underneath. I know a lot of people like to flip them over and stuff and do it, but I find this so much easier, and it's a lot less work, and you're not getting everything all frayed. And then you're just going to take this end piece and then just tuck it underneath. So that will be way under there. Alright, so now to measure it, all you have to do is grab all three of your meshes together. I'm doing this sideways here, so it's a little bit harder than if I had it straight across. I just want to be able to show you guys good. And I'm going to do this at 8 inches. The other one I did at 10 inches. It's really big and fluffy. I mean, you can do that too, but for this amount of mesh, this is the size I'm going to do these. So I hold it on the 8. You can just put a mark on your table. Well, you don't have to put a mark on your table, but like with a piece of tape or use a ruler or whatever. And then just pull all three of them down to the 1 inch mark and then just squeeze them together. And I always like to just stick my thumb underneath here and make a little bubble. Grab your first pipe cleaner that you have hooked on there and tie that up real nice and tight. I usually spin it around about 4 times and then just tuck it underneath. And then to measure for your next 8, you just measure from that pipe cleaner, hold that over the 8. Let me unroll these a little more. You kind of got to unroll these as you go. You don't want to unroll them too much or you end up with a mess. We're just going to hold that over the 8 inch mark there and pull this down to the 1, squeeze it together, make yourself another loop, grab your next pipe cleaner and hook it on. And that's all you do to make this whole entire wreath. It's as far as putting it onto the frame. And what I like to do is I don't want to do too many without starting to straighten them out. So I kind of alternate it. So this one I'll pull out the red one from the inside. And then we'll leave the white one in the center. And I'll pull the pink one out underneath here. And just puff it up a little bit. And this way when you make it too, I know when you cut them a lot, they really fray a lot because the Dollar Tree mesh is a very, very loose weave. So it tends to fray very easily. If I get a hold of that here with my fingers, there we go. And just puff them up. And then on the next one here, I'll take the pink one and pull that one to the inside. And I'll leave the red one in the middle here, and then pull the white one over. See, even together, this one's starting to pull apart a little bit. So we'll have the white one on the outside here, the red one in the center now. And you can kind of see which way it wants to unfold as you're doing it. And just kind of straighten them out there, like that. And then you just keep pushing them together and keeping your, other pipe cleaners over here to this side so you have them all ready for the next one. So then you're just going to keep doing the same thing. I'm going to hold it over the 8. I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way here while I'm showing you. Pull it down to the 1, squeeze it together, pop it up in the middle, grab your next pipe cleaner, and right where you have it squeezed with your fingers, that's where you always want to put the pipe cleaner where you measured it. Like that. And just unroll a little bit more. And put that over the 8 inch, pull it down to the 1 inch, and that's it. That is all you got to do to keep going here for this whole wreath. Now, like I said, we're going to put 6 of these little bubbles here, or loops, whatever you want to call them, in between each one of these sections. And there's 6 sections. They're all divided by a little wire. So in between each one of those wires, you're going to put 6 of these bubbles, and then just keep opening them up and fluffing them up as you go. And then when you get to the end of it, you just kind of tie it down like we did the first one, cut it off, tuck it under, and then just attach the next, your new rolls of mesh the same way we did on the first one. And that's it. That's how we make this whole wreath. So I went ahead and finished my other one here. This one I'm actually going to make for someone else. Pull these back here. I don't need this. Alright, so here is what it looks like when it's all finished. It's very pretty. Now if you wanted it, I mean this is full enough for me. It's going to be hanging up against the door so you're not going to see anything through it, but if it's not quite full enough you can always put 8 in between each one, but you would need a little bit more mesh I think to finish that. I don't think there would be enough with just the 3 rolls or the 2 rolls of each. But if you want it fuller, if you want the loops bigger, it's totally up to you how big you want to make this wreath. I just want to do a simple little guy here today, so we're just going to use it this size. Now for these, I'm going to peel these off, cut this ribbon out of here, and if you wanted to, you could go ahead and fill in that little hole if you don't like that. But we'll just peel these off. And they come off very easy. I'm going to figure out which ones I want to use on here. First we're going to make our bow. And you guys know I love making my little cheap bows. I'm going to need some more pipe cleaners. So I already went ahead and cut these out. I didn't measure them because it all depends on what you want to put in the center of these. You know, if you just want to make it a bow and you don't want to put anything in the center, I mean it's totally up to you. But I think I'm going to make these kind of big, so when this sits in the center, you're still going to see plenty of the bow. Well, that one's not going in the center. This one's actually going in the center. So what I always do with these is I fold it in half and make a little crease, and then I just glue the ends down in the middle. All these pieces here. I did 2 of this pretty sheer red, and then I did 2 of the other ones with the hearts. And the other ones with the hearts I made about 2 inches smaller than this one because I want it to not be quite as big as these 2 loops. And lots of people have the bow makers or whatever, so whatever works best for you. But I just always seem to do that. And then these I take and I put them together. I make an X like so. And then I just glue them together like that. So let me set those aside. I know it doesn't look like much right now. And then we're going to do the same thing with the little hearts. Let's glue this one down. More glue here, I think. And then we'll just glue that right on top of this side. Like so. And then our last one here, same thing. And you can make bows any size doing it this way. I just feel like I have more control on how my bow is going to come out when I make them like this. Alright, so now these I'm going to glue together. Let's see, I think I'm going to actually glue them right on here so I know I get them in the right spot. And then we're just going to put some more glue on this one, and we'll glue this guy right across here. And hopefully I have that even. I think that's good enough. And then it's kind of going to get pinched together, just not too much. We're going to pinch that together like that. And once we fluff it up, it'll look pretty. It does not look pretty right now, I know. So I'm going to take this pipe cleaner right around the center of it. And I'm not going to pull it to squeeze it together too hard. I don't want it to flatten out. Alright, now I'm going to take that and put that right onto my wreath here, right up here on the top somewhere, so I can find a opening here. And I'm going to hook it right on the same wire that we hooked the rest of them on. I don't want to pull it in too far. I don't want it to go into the mesh. So let me just give this a little bit of a twist here until I make sure it's how I want it. I think that'll work. Alright, now before I even bother fluffing up my bow, I'm going to take this welcome. I want that to go right in the center here, so I'm just going to hot glue that down. And I think I do have this down a little bit too far. Let me loosen that up. I just don't want it to get buried into the mesh. Alright, put that on just a little bit looser. There we go, now that'll sit up on top. And just fluff your mesh up underneath it again. Alright, now we're just going to put a bunch of hot glue on the back of this so it stays on there real good. And we put it right in the center of our bow. There we go, that's better. There. And then after you get that on, I'll show it to you upside down, I think you can see a little bit better. Then you're just going to take all your ends here, we're going to fluff those up. And if you wanted to add the tails to it to hang down, I mean, that would be fine too. I don't know where this is coming from, that's just loose. I don't want any tails hanging down in the center of this wreath. I just want this one to be kind of simple, and I don't like to take away from all the pretty mesh, but that's totally up to you guys. There, now we have a pretty, almost pretty, fluffy bow. This is why you don't want it down in there too far, because then you won't be able to fluff it up. Let's see if I can get it over here so you guys can see better. Oh well, you have to look at it upside down until I actually hang this thing up for you guys. But it did it. They puff up real nice. And that is how I do my bow for this. And like I said, if you wanted to glue, you know, some of the ribbon on the back to make some tails on it, you could do that too. But we're not going to do that. Now for the rest of these, I want to use a couple of the pink. I might use this one down on the bottom. I think this one we're going to eliminate for right now. I'll save that for something else. Now on the backs of these, all I'm going to do is just take this pipe cleaner, and I'm just going to lay it flat for now. And let me find my little finger protectors from the Dollar Tree so I don't burn myself. So I'm just going to lay these down so they're kind of flat. Easier said than done. There we go. And I'm just going to glue this on with quite a lot of glue to make sure it holds good. So hold that down there for a second. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing. See, I love these things because this way I can push the glue right up over top of it and not burn my fingers. Alright, so I am going to do that to the other two, and because it's going to take a little bit here to cool off, and so it has a good hold. And then we're going to come back and we will attach these and hang this up. Okay, these are all cooled down now. It's got a big old plop of glue back there, and then just going to put these down through here. I already attached these other two to save a little time. I put one on the bottom and one over on this side, and just kind of angle them a little bit so they're not real straight. And then this one I'm going to put this way over here. I'm just going to go down. Nope, that might not be in the right spot. Let's see. I think this will do it. Alright. Just get our pipe cleaners through there. Try to get a hold of those. Figure out which one's the right ones. There we go. Get in there. I'm just going to kind of just tug on it a little bit to see exactly where you want it. And then once you get it exactly, then you just twist, give it a couple good twists. And there we go. Have those facing that way. These can go down here. Now before I even finish fluffing my bow back up, we need to put something on the back to hang it. So what I did is I took 2 pipe cleaners and I just twisted them all together just to make it a little bit stronger. And then we want to go right up over where this heart is here, but you know, if you put it like just on this piece, you can kind of adjust it pretty well. And I think that's good. I just fold it in half and then just twist it around so I have myself a nice, pretty decent sized loop on here, depending on what you're hanging it on. I just have one of those little command strip hooks on my front window. So this will go up over that. And you can always shorten if you need to. I may need to shorten this one a little bit. I don't know, we'll see how low it hangs. But anyway, that is it. So I'm going to fluff this bow up here. We're going to hang it up and then you guys can get a good look at it. Alright everyone, there it is. It's so dark and dreary in here. It's so many shadows from my lights today. It's just started raining out here really good. But anyway, there it is, all finished. I love it. I'm going to hang this out on my front door, probably the end of this month. And yeah, I think it came out pretty cute. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of decorating for Valentine's Day, only not because I don't love it, it's just such a short period of time, you know, to hang these up, that I really don't make a ton of stuff. But anyway, I think this turned out really cute. I think you can make this probably in about an hour. This method is just so simple to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.